Winning today is much easier than you think. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my bro. Are you struggling with productivity? Are you finding it difficult to stay consistent with your work? Well, I have the perfect solution for you. I have made a free productivity course designed to help you unlock your full potential. Click the link below. Let me give you a story. So last November and December of 2024, I was in probably one of the toughest periods of my life. Firstly, I was in a rut. I was doing all the bad habits every single day, whether that was doom scrolling, eating junk food, wasting time, not doing the work that needs to be done. And also, I was confused on what to pursue. I was confused on what to, do as my career, as for business, you name it. There would be times where I'd wake up and know exactly what to do, whether that was accounting, history, business, you name it. However, there were other times where I was like, you know what? Should I do this? Should I do that? I was in a state of, total confusion on what to do. And as a result of this indecisiveness and lack of purpose and lack of direction, I fell into the bad habits. I'd wake up late, eat junk food, doom scroll. I'll do everything except actually being productive. The thing is, this started at the start of November and ended at the end of December. And the reason for this is because when you don't have a direction, when you don't know what to do, all these vices seem like a golden opportunity because they provide that sense of, comfort that you have because you have discomfort for not knowing what to do, for having no direction. And so that bad habit makes it comfortable, makes you forget about the issue that you have right now. However, this all changed at the end of December. So I had this holiday booked and planned from around July time because I was like, you know what, I want to go to Istanbul and film some content for my Pablo Talks History TikTok channel. I was like, you know what, going to Istanbul would greatly benefit my TikTok channel because it would be new content that not many people are doing. Not many people are standing outside the mosque of, Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, Suleymaniye, and filming content. And if they are, it's rare. You see, the best thing about this trip wasn't that I saw all these historical sites or that I, filmed a bunch of content. It was that I had a hard reset of my life. I began analyzing my life. I was like, what do I want with my life? Where do I want to go? And what do I have to do in order to enact these goals? So then I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a new timetable. It was based on my old timetable of waking up early, doing deep work, exercising. However, I set the bar of expectations extremely low. Instead of thinking I have to wake up at 5:30 and do 4 hours of deep work, actually it was 3 hours of deep work that I used to do. I was like, you know what? If I wake up at 5:30, 6:30, 7 and do 20 minutes, that's a success. That is deemed a successful morning for me. You see, I had these low expectations for everything. Even the gym, I was like, you know what? Even if I do one exercise, and that is the bench press, that's a successful workout. Because what I aimed to do was get back into a routine, get back into that rhythm where you're productive, you're exercising, you're doing the good habits. I was like, you know what? I got into this really good routine at the end of July by setting the bar of expectations low. Let me do the same thing again and get into this rhythm. You see, my day was pretty simple. Low expectations. Wake up early, whether that was 5:30, 6:30, 7, 7:30, 8. Do a bit of deep work, whether that was 20 minutes or 2 hours. Then do some exercise, whether that was, one exercise or 6 exercises, a full workout. It didn't matter. The thing I prioritized was showing up and doing the bare minimum. As a result of the low expectations, I was able to get back into a nice routine where I'd wake up early, do good habits, stay away from the bad ones. Of course, the thing is, sometimes I don't do all the good habits that I wanted to do. However, that's still more than the bad habits. Maybe I'll do 70% good habits and 30% bad habits. But that's better than most people who do 60% bad habits and some good habits. But the thing is, the majority of the habits I done were good. And they replaced the bad ones because now I had a sense of direction. I was like, you know what? I need to upload on YouTube. I need to upload on TikTok. Okay, cool. If I do this, then my ability to write, during my deep work sessions will be reduced. So therefore, I can't do that bad habit because if I do, then my ability to achieve my goals will significantly reduce. You see, the thing is, many people are stuck in this vicious cycle where they'll have one good day, one productive day, then the next day is a bad day, a very unproductive day. The reason why this belief exists is due to their ego. They think that the bare minimum, low expectations is beneath them. They perceive their capabilities to be higher than reality. However, if it was really true, if you were better than what you perceive to be, then you'd be consistent in doing the bare minimum. You'd be consistent in doing more than the bare minimum. However, you're not. So what one must do is lower their expectations in the short term, which will bring major benefit in the long term. The thing is, it might sound counterintuitive that a self-improvement YouTuber, someone who's trying to achieve excellence in all aspects of their life, is saying lower the bar of expectations. Don't have these massive, expectations on your shoulders. But the reality is, when you make the bar to entry extremely low, where you deem it a success to do the bare minimum, sustainability and consistency becomes extremely easy. Because think about it, if you want to start meditating, for example, and you hear this YouTuber say he does it for 20 minutes, this YouTuber does it for 30 minutes, this YouTuber does it for 30 minutes in the morning and the evening, it would be unreasonable for you to set the same expectations on yourself. Because the thing is, these YouTubers, influencers have been doing it for months, years, or even decades in some cases. Furthermore, for the first day, 2 days, 3 days, you may muster up the discipline and willpower to meditate for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. However, by the 4th day, you'll fall off a cliff. You look at the meditation block on your timetable and you think, you know what? I have to meditate for 20 minutes today? I genuinely can't be asked as CBA to do this. And so what happens? You skip a day, and then one day turns into 2 days, 3 days, and before you know it, you haven't meditated for a whole month straight. Yet this high expectations that you have, that you think is going to make you that top tier man, that 1% man, is actually the reason why you're losing and getting beaten by the competition, because you have this all or nothing mindset. So the way you can turn this around and start winning easily is by setting the bar of expectations low. Instead of thinking, I have to do all these things, I just have to do this level, that level, and that's it. That's deemed a success. You want to start doing deep work first thing in the morning. Instead of thinking 4 hours, do 20 minutes. Instead of 4,000 words, 400 words. Cold shower, not 10 minutes, 2 seconds. Reading a book, no, couple pages. You want to meditate, a couple breaths. Journaling, a couple sentences. You want to start uploading consistently, just upload and then slowly improve over time. Don't think I need to make this highly edited, dopaminergic video every single day, because it's impossible to sustain at the start. You see, the thing is, you won't get good at something until you've established consistency, until you've gotten those numerous repetitions every single day. There are so many examples I can give. When I first started meditating, I was extremely bad, I couldn't think straight, I'd go from one thought to another thought, I'd have all these anxious thoughts. However, over time, because I've meditated every single day for the last 2 weeks, my mind has slowly improved. Not significantly, but I can sense it, I can feel it. Or for example, when I started reading again, in the evening, when I first started reading, nothing was going into my mind. But over time, I was able to retain information, apply it, and remember it in not just after I've read it, but also the following day, 2 days later, 3 days later, and implement it into my life, into my business, into whatever I was trying to do. But the biggest example of this, where repetitions creates quality, is through my TikTok channel, Pablo Talks. My first 10, 15, 20 videos were terrible. Slowly over time, they improved, they got better. My editing skills got better. The way I spoke on camera got better. The way I was able to put a story together improved. And this was only able to be done through repetitions and nothing else. It wasn't because I woke up one day and I just improved like that. No, it was through trial and error. And so alhamdulillah, by the time of recording this, I've reached 30,000 followers. I'll be real, the reason for this is essentially consistency, nothing else. You see, the thing is, you can't underestimate the power of consistency, the power of just showing up and putting in effort, no matter how much or how little it is. You see, over time, this compounds exponentially. Let me give you an example. If you want to read 10 pages of a book every single day, that's 1 book per month. That is 12 books per year. You may see Brandon Carter say he reads over 100 books a year, or Hamza Ahmed reads 30, 40 books every single year. However, that's the exception to the rule. Most people don't even read one book per year. So when you start prioritizing these small, consistent habits every single day, 10 pages, 10 seconds cold shower, 1 minute of meditation, over time, you'll see monumental progress. Or for example, you want to journal. Instead of saying, I need to journal 1 page every single day, you just set the expectation of just showing up and journaling. Whether that's 1 sentence, 2 sentences, or 2 pages, or 3 pages. You'll see monumental improvements in your self-awareness, reduced anxiety, reduced depression. You'll see all these benefits by just showing up every single day and journaling, no matter how much or how little you do. The first day you journal, you may not notice anything. The second day, the third day, but after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you start to see improvement in how you think, in your mental clarity, in your anxiety, your depression, whatever the case may be. And over time, you get better at journaling. The first day, you may be terrible. You don't know what to do, what to say, what to write. However, after a while, you know how to process your thoughts, write them down, and see where, your thoughts are unreasonable or reasonable. You start to see your patterns of thinking. It's amazing. However, the key is consistency. Showing up every single day and journaling. Showing up every single day and meditating. Showing up every single day and doing some sort of deep work, some sort of meaningful work towards your goals. So the concluding point of this video is that you just need to stack up the small wins every single day. Essentially, the way I do this is that I have a habit tracker of 12 habits that I need to do every single day, and that is AM meditation, PM meditation, journaling, deep work, uploading to TikTok on 2 different channels. So a bunch of different habits that I need to do every single day. And if I do all 12 habits, that's deemed a 10 out of 10 day. However, most times I'll do from 8 to 10 habits. 2, 3, 4, I normally don't do. I either skip for certain reasons or my own doing. And the thing is, with these habits, I don't have massive expectations. It says deep work, but it doesn't say 2 hours of deep work. It just says deep work. And in the last 10 days, sometimes I do 20 minutes or 2 hours of deep work. It just varies. But the key is to show up. Even with AM and PM meditation, it's not like I have to sit there for 10 minutes and do deep breathing and whatnot. It's like, you know what? If I do 2 breaths in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening, that's both deemed a success because I prioritize just showing up and ticking it. Because normally what happens is that I'm like, you know what? Let me just, journal for 1 sentence. But normally I do half a page or 2 pages. It just depends on the day. I feel like when I set the above expectations low and just try to do the habit, I normally do more than if I'm like, you know what, I have to do this. Because setting that expectations that high, when you're procrastinating, when you're feeling lazy, unmotivated and whatnot, it seems impossible to do so. You see, this allows me to beat 95% of people with ease because most people don't know what they deem a successful day. You ask one person and on a Tuesday, he'll be like, okay, this is what a successful day is for me. Then the next day, it might change because he's got a new goal or he's seen something that Andrew Huberman said. However, I know what a successful day is and what an unsuccessful day is. I know if I meditate, journal, cold shower, deep work, upload, wake up early, that's a good day. I stacked up many small wins to make a great day. However, I know if I wake up late, if I don't do deep work, if I don't upload, that's a bad day. I have a direction, I have a compass that allows me to know what can differentiate from a good day and a bad day. You see, the thing is, over time, this compounds exponentially. You see, with deep work, at the start, when I was writing, I found it difficult. The ideas weren't flowing. However, over time, I can sit down and do so much work in little time. Just by meditating every single day, my mental health has improved. By journaling, my thoughts become more rational and less emotional. You see, at the end of the day, winning is so easy. All you have to do is literally just show up and do the bare minimum. Because most times, you'll do way more than you expect. You have to just think to yourself, you know what? Let me just get out the camera and record 1 video. But what happens? You record 4 or 5 TikTok videos. Let me just sit at my desk, let me not check my phone, eat anything, and let me just do 20 minutes of deep work. And that turns into 60 minutes, 120 minutes, 180 minutes. And you see, over time, this starts to differentiate yourself from the rest. If you do deep work for 1 week, you won't see much results. If you do it for a month, you start to see the results. But 6 months time, you start to overtake a lot of people. You start to see, whoa, I'm actually quite good. Or, whoa, my TikTok videos have improved, my viewer count has gone up, my likings have gone through the roof. But other people, because they're not doing that habit, are stagnating and not making much progress towards their goals. Remember, productivity is the path to your dream life.